The 1935 D1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, features on its front side the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse design shows a detailed and dignified image of Lincoln, representing strength, honesty, and leadership, capturing his calm expression and characteristic beard. Above his head, along the upper edge of the coin, are the words "In God We Trust," which is the national motto of the United States and symbolizes the nation's faith and spiritual foundation. To the left side of Lincoln's profile is the word liberty, representing the American ideal of freedom and independence that Lincoln himself helped to preserve through his leadership during the Civil War. In front of Lincoln's chest, near the right rim of the coin, appears the year 1935, marking the date when the coin was minted. Just below or beside the date, there is a small letter D, which is the mint mark identifying the Denver Mint in Denver, Colorado, as the place where this coin was produced. The overall front design combines art and history, honoring one of the most respected presidents in U.S. history. The smooth texture, precise lettering, and fine engraving give the coin a classic early 20th century American look. Though small in size, every detail, from the bold motto to Lincoln's finely engraved features, reflects the spirit of the United States and its enduring values of faith, liberty, and unity. The reverse side of the 1935 D1-cent coin displays a beautifully balanced and symbolic design that reflects the spirit of early 20th century America. At the very top of the coin, the words "Hic pluribus unum" are inscribed, a Latin phrase meaning "out of many one," which represents the unity of the American states and the strength that comes from diversity. Beneath this phrase, in large and bold letters, is written 1 cent, clearly identifying the coin's denomination. Below that, spread across the center and lower portion of the coin, appear the words "United States of America," symbolizing national pride and the identity of the issuing country. Surrounding the central inscriptions on both the left and right sides are two beautifully detailed wheat stalks that curve inward toward the center. These wheat ears give the coin its nickname, the Wheat Penny, and they represent agricultural prosperity, growth, and the foundation of the American economy during that era. The wheat design was meant to honor the hard work of farmers and symbolize the nation's strength through industry and agriculture. The engraver, Victor David Brenner, created the reverse design with elegant symmetry, giving the coin both simplicity and historical charm. Over time, the raised details of the wheat and lettering often show signs of wear, but even in worn condition, the design remains clear and deeply meaningful. The texture of the back side combines fine detail with smooth edges, showing the craftsmanship typical of early U.S. mint production. Together, the inscriptions and the wheat design reflect unity, prosperity, and the enduring values of the United States during the early 1900s. The reverse of the 1935 D wheat cent is not only a piece of currency, but also a small artistic tribute to the strength and unity of a growing nation, making it one of the most recognized and admired designs in American coin history. The 1956 D Lincoln Wheat Cent is one of the final issues of the famous Wheat Penny series of the United States of America, struck under the Lincoln cent design that began in 1909. This coin was produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side. The 1956 D penny is composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. It has a smooth plain edge, and like all Lincoln cents of the wheat reverse series, it bears the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the classic wheat ears reverse, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural strength in America during the early 20th century. On the coin features the right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, who was the 16th President of the United States and is remembered for leading the country through the Civil War and abolishing slavery. Above his head appears the motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that became a symbol of national belief and unity. To the left of Lincoln's profile is the word liberty, representing the foundational principle of the nation, and to the right is the date 1956, with a small d beneath it, showing that the coin was minted at the Denver facility in Colorado. The overall obverse design is elegant and simple, emphasizing the respect and honor given to Lincoln's legacy in American history. The of the 1956 D wheat cent continues the original design introduced in 1909, displaying two stylized ears of wheat curving along the left and right edges, framing the denomination 1 cent in large bold letters at the center. Above it is inscribed E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, the traditional motto of the United States, signifying unity among diversity. Beneath the denomination is the text United States of America, confirming its national identity and legal tender status. The wheat design reflects the nation's agricultural heritage and symbolizes the growth, strength, and productivity of America during the early and mid-20th century. The 1956 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in very large numbers, over 1.098 billion coins, making it one of the more common dates in the wheat cent series. Because of this high mintage, it is readily available to collectors in circulated condition, though uncirculated, mint state, or proof-like examples remain attractive and valuable, especially those with rich original luster, sharp details, or rare die varieties. Coins in average circulated condition usually hold minimal numismatic value, often around 5 cents to 15 cents USD, which is slightly above face value. However, brilliant uncirculated specimens, MS65 or higher, can sell for $5 to $15, depending on their color designation: red RD, red-brown RB, or brown BN. The redder the coin's color and the fewer marks it has, the higher its potential market value. Rare varieties and error coins from this year can command significantly higher prices. For instance, some 1956 D cents show die cracks, doubled dies, repunched mint marks, RPMs, or die clashes, which make them appealing to error collectors. Certain doubled die obverse examples, where the date or lettering appears slightly doubled, have been sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the clarity and grade of the doubling. Coins certified by top grading services such as PCGS or NGC in MS67 red condition are extremely rare and can reach values of $300 to $800 or more, depending on market trends. From a historical perspective, the 1956 D wheat cent represents an important part of American coinage heritage. It comes from the final years before the wheat reverse design was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, marking 150 years since Lincoln's birth. Thus, the 1956 D penny holds nostalgic and historical value for both new and seasoned collectors, symbolizing the end of an era in U.S. coin design. The simple yet powerful artwork, high mintage, and connection to American history make it a timeless collectible that continues to be appreciated in coin collections around the world. In today's coin market, while the 1956 D wheat penny is not considered rare, it remains one of the most beloved coins among collectors due to its copper brilliance and its link to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. In average circulated condition, its worth is modest, but in high mint state red with strong eye appeal, it can bring noticeable value to a coin portfolio. Many collectors keep rolls of 1956 D pennies as part of their Lincoln Cent series sets or as investment pieces in the hope that well-preserved examples will appreciate further in value over time. In summary, the 1956 D Lincoln Wheat Cent is a historically significant and beautifully crafted coin, representing the American spirit, unity, and the enduring respect for one of the nation's greatest presidents. Its value today depends on its condition, color, and rarity of die varieties, with prices ranging from a few cents in circulated grade to hundreds of dollars for pristine mint state or error examples. The 1958 1-cent coin from the United States of America, commonly known as the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny, is one of the final coins in the long-running wheat cent series, which was produced from 1909 to 1958. This coin carries deep historical, economic, and collectible significance, as it marks the end of an era before the Lincoln Memorial Reverse design began in 1959. The 1958 penny features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who led the nation during the Civil War, and is remembered as a symbol of freedom and unity. The obverse front side of the coin shows Lincoln's right-facing bust, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1958 to the right. If the coin has a small D mint mark below the date, it means it was minted in Denver, while coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The of the 1958 wheat penny features two stylized stalks of wheat curved along the edges on each side, symbolizing America's agricultural strength and prosperity. In the center are the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, while at the top is the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. This design is simple yet powerful, representing the unity of the states and the hard work of the American people. Because 1958 was the final year of the wheat design, it holds sentimental value for many collectors who appreciate the artistry and symbolism behind the coin. The 1958 wheat penny was struck in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over 252 million coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint and around 800 million at the Denver Mint. Due to this high mintage, most 1958 pennies are common in circulation and are worth around 2 to 5 cents in average condition. However, coins in uncirculated, mint state, condition, with bright red color and no wear, can be worth $1 to $5 depending on their grade. The most valuable examples are those graded MS 67 or higher, which can bring $40 to $100 or more at auction. Rare errors, such as double dies or misstrikes, can significantly raise the value. For example, a 1958 double die obverse, DDO, penny is extremely rare and can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, with one known example auctioned for over $1 million due to its uniqueness. In today's coin market, the 1958 wheat penny holds great historical and collectible appeal, especially because it represents the end of the famous wheat series and the beginning of a new design era in American coinage. Collectors often include it in sets to complete their wheat penny collections. Its copper composition also gives it intrinsic metal value, which increases slightly with copper price fluctuations. Overall, while most 1958 pennies are common, high-grade or error examples can be surprisingly valuable. The coin remains a favorite among collectors for its elegant simplicity, connection to Abraham Lincoln, and the story it tells about mid-20th century America, a time of post-war growth and national pride reflected in even the smallest denomination of U.S. currency.